wonderful event that is now in its 10th year. 2 days of football featuring some of the best high school talent, not just in the United States, but around the world. Game 2 of 4 today from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, pits the U17 Select team from here in the U.S. against Team Ontario. Welcome, everyone. David Salzman alongside Lemont Williams. These kids have been here for almost an entire week, enjoying the experience. Now it's time for them to show off their skills here on this AT&T Stadium field for everyone.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for a lot of the high school players here on the field today, here in Arlington Stadium. You know, having the opportunity to play in front of their home fans, in front of their family members, and having a chance to play in front of some college scouts as well.
Now, 9 countries over the 10 years have been in this International Bowl, none more than Canada. Among the countries outside the United States, football is as developed in Canada as anywhere. So expect a tough test from Team Ontario here today against the Under-17 Select squad. Kickoff next from Jerry World when we return.
Don't just settle for a used car. Get quality, reliability, and peace of mind. Presenting DG certified used cars. Our next level reconditioning that includes a premium 160-point inspection, a 12-month, 12,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, exclusive DG tire and brake standards, and even a 3-day or 250-mile money-back guarantee. DG certified used cars. Available only at DGDG.com.
Introducing nachos like you've never had them before. Layer after layer of house-made tortilla chips. Now with sea salt, creamy queso blanco, handmade guacamole, and the best chicken to ever meet a flame. Fire-grilled chicken nachos at El Pollo Loco.
David Salzman, former professional linebacker Lemont Williams, and we'll hear from Sarah Merrifield down on the sideline in just a bit. We're glad you're with us for Game 2 of our quadruple header. We'll have the Under-18 Select team against Team Panama at approximately 4:30 Central. Under-19 Select team will take on Nuevo Leon from Mexico at 8 o'clock at our nightcap. But first things first, the only team from Canada to play here on this day, Team Ontario, kicking it away to the Under-17 Select squad. We're underway from AT&T Stadium, and so glad you're with us. Khalil Bradford with the return to open things up. And the United States will start this drive in Ontario territory.
Yeah, Bradford with an excellent return there, setting up the United States offense. We want to see how the United States come out here in this first series against Canada.
Now, they haven't had the International Bowl here at AT&T Stadium all 10 years, but this is year 4 now. According to the Arlington Convention and Visitors Bureau, last season's International Bowl generating an economic impact of more than $3 million for the city. And, of course, to have it in such a place like this, the home of the Dallas Cowboys, so special for these young men. After the kick return, Bradford, who goes to Highland Springs High School in Henrico, Virginia, stuffed on first down. Down to the sidelines, and Sarah, good afternoon.
Tackle made by number 96, Nehemiah Owen.
Well, as we're here on the sidelines celebrating the talent and skill of these young high school football players, they've been afforded this opportunity to showcase what they have to offer on the football field for college recruiters. But they're not the only ones proving themselves on the field today. USA Football also offers a similar opportunity to the officials on the field. So there are 8 officiating crews throughout today, all made up of high school officials from various states and conferences. And in addition to those guys, there's 8 mentors, and their task today is to evaluate and mentor these officials to make them the best that they can be, in hopes of bulking up the talent of officiating in not only high school but also on the college level, and to help these guys move up in their careers to hopefully eventually reach their dreams of Division I or NFL. Guys?
All right, thank you, Sarah. That's a great point, Lemont. We bring up the players so often, and rightfully so, but this is such a great experience for the officials as well. What a catch, hanging onto the football. Cameron Heald from Lakewood Ranch, Florida.
And right now what we're seeing is the United States trying to establish their passing game in this first series, spreading out the defense of Canada secondary and trying to go across the middle.
Ryan Camus is the quarterback from a tremendous football program, DeMatha Catholic in Gainesville, Virginia. Bradford to the 20-yard line. Our first game of the day saw the under-16 select team hold off Mexico Norte 29-22. Looks like we have more speed on this under-17 select unit, and historically, when the USA has just had so much speed, that has been really hard for these international teams to handle. We'll see how things go here today. Keeping it this time in a short gain. There's the quarterback, Camus.
Yeah, Camus is going to be their captain this season. This game, throughout this game for the United States. He's not a dual threat type of quarterback. But when you give him the opportunity to run the football, he looks like he has enough speed to get to the outside and get some positive yards.
Our first third down for the United States, and this the opening drive of the game. We'll see about the mark. Bradford, another carry.
Bradford at 5'10", 175 out of Virginia. He comes in a little smaller running back style, but he has enough speed and very elusive to be able to get away from the defenders throughout this game.
First set of downs, Camus. Nice throw up the seam. And it's close to first and goal. Second catch for Heald.
Really good opening drive right now by United States. Look at Camus be able to find his receiver in the seam. Vertical route there outside of the linebacker's reach for the reception.
Just shy of the first down. Second down and short from inside the 10. First drive of the game, our second game of the day. Bradford. First and goal here. Isaac Sardo from Binbrook, Ontario. One of the two on the stop.
As you can see here, the United States are starting to pick up their tempo offensively, looking for their first touchdown.
Bradford again. Just shy. Good pursuit. Josh Butler from Stony Creek, Ontario. One of the men on the stop.
Excellent job there by the defensive player, be able to get behind the line of scrimmage and stop Bradford.
And quickly, it is Camus. Touchdown.
And just like that, United States scored their first touchdown with Camus with a quarterback sneak. As we can see in this replay here, just a quarterback sneak right to the right side, enough to break the goal line for the touchdown. Breaks the
That was impressive. A lot of Khalil Bradford after his big kick return. And Camus, who's the holder on this PAT, finishing the drive. Zach Adams with the extra point. Young man from Spring, Texas, in the Houston area. Start. Don't go anywhere. They'll have to do it over after the false start penalty on the United States. So Adams will give it another try. This time from 25 yards out here at the home of the Dallas Cowboys. Made it look easy. Now it's 7-0. USA scoring on its opening drive. started with a big kick return, and then the USA finishes the drive 7-0. Drive taking 3 minutes and 59 seconds. USA Football is a wonderful organization. They put on this International Bowl. We encourage you to look around usafootball.com, not just for more information about the International Bowl, but also how if you have a kid or know of someone very young who may want to be involved in such a great organization, you can find out how. It all starts with the regional development camps put on by USA Football. That's a live football. Ethan Koulas thought that it would go into the end zone, and he pays for the decision. Ontario will start this drive from its own 10.
Yeah, he thought the ball was going to actually bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Bad decision there to pick it up late. Good job for United States to get down there and stop him, be able to help their defense here in this first series.
Camus from Gainesville, Virginia, leading that scoring drive with a 1-yard plunge. And now we'll see Ontario with the ball for the first time. Connor Stevens, 5'11", 190 from Belleville, Ontario. Ontario and British Columbia, arguably the most developed of the Canadian provinces when it comes to football. Nothing doing there. Dylan Percy from Belleville brought down. One thing that these Canadian teams have to get used to is playing on this type of field. Now, remember in Canada, the field isn't 100 yards, it's 110 yards. The end zones are 20 yards instead of 10. And the field is wider in Canada than it is here. But Canadian teams have had success in the International Bowl in recent years. Fumble on the handoff and recovered. Gage Sales from Evansville, Indiana. USA will have it first and goal.
Yeah, good job there by Sales to be able to get behind the line of scrimmage and pick up the fumble. You see Stevens here, just a miscommunication with the running back. Bobbles the football. Sales falls on it. First turnover recovered there. Fumble recover for Sales in the defense for the United States.
An inauspicious beginning for Team Ontario. In danger of going down 2 scores. Sales 6'1", 260, attends Evansville North High School in Evansville, Indiana. They play some good basketball there. The Purple Aces of Evansville University. On the run, trying to get to the corner. Touchdown, that's Michael Priami from Bartlett, Illinois.
Priami comes into the game at the quarterback position. More of a dual threat quarterback. You see here in this replay, watch the speed. A design quarterback keeper gets away from the first defender right there, but extends his arm across the plane to get the touchdown.
2 touchdowns by 2 U.S. quarterbacks, 53 seconds apart, of course, due to that Ontario fumble. Adams. 14-0, just 4 minutes and 52 seconds in.
Yeah, a quick strike there for United States, you know, coming out after the turnover. Points off turnovers is huge for them in this first quarter. I like the fact they capitalize on that fumble, but strike real fast offensively for the touchdown.
USA Football is a member of the U.S. Olympic Committee, and it offers athletes premier skill building and competitive platforms to represent the United States in our favorite sport. Athletes in grades 6 to 11 can get started at one of 18 U.S. national team regionals held nationwide this spring and summer. Top performers earn U.S. national team roster invitations to face the world's best competition and play at the under 16 to 19 level. Visit usafootball.com for more. We'll see those USA Football national teams next Friday. Another quadruple header. This day features the USA Football Select teams. And so far, the under-17 team up 14-0. 7:08 to go in the first quarter. Koulas doesn't let this ball bounce this time. And wrapped up just ahead of the 20-yard line. Jeremiah Foster from Gaffney, South Carolina on the tackle.
If you're Team Canada right now, you got to find some way to kind of bounce back after the first turnover here and put your team in the hole down 14-0 here in the first quarter. They like to spread things out offensively,
can they find their playmakers during this series, David, in my opinion, to be able to move the ball down the field?
International teams are behind American teams when it comes to the passing game. Now, we did see Mexico Norte have a couple of deep touchdown throws, but overall that passing game struggled. Now, out of all the countries outside the U.S., Canada, no doubt the most developed when it comes to that spread type of attack. Maybe too early to go to it yet, but we'll see how that passing attack is as we go on. Didn't see the flag, but there was a penalty on the return, and so Canada starts this from just ahead of its own 10. Blitz. Carter Stevens, incomplete, intended for Jonathan Oud.
And the United States calls up the blitz package there on the first play of this defensive series, forcing the quarterback to throw the ball a little bit too early before his receiver came out his route.
Handing it off on 2nd down and 10. And this is Percy, both Percy and Stevens from Belleville, Ontario. A lot of responsibility on the shoulders of number 4 today for Ontario.
Absolutely. The young man, you know, at 5'11", 190, Stevens will have a lot. He has an uphill battle now going into this game 14-0 in his first quarter. He can't afford any more turnovers or miscues from the quarterback position.
Not the way the U.S. has moved the ball so far, even though we're early to the ground. And 4th down here. Well, that may tell you something about the potential passing attack of this Ontario team. The running game may be their strength, keeping it on the ground on 3rd and 7, but just getting 2 yards.
Yeah, I just really didn't understand the play call on that last play. Having the opportunity with the team spread out, I thought they was going to go to the outside, at least to the left side, to be able to find some space and probably get the first down. However, they went with the running play. Now they're forced to punt the ball.
David Basso from King City, Ontario, with the punt. Just past the 40, but again, good field position off the return from Kevin McKenna from Tacoma, New York.
Really good field position right now for United States offense here. Can they come out and continue this momentum with this series?
There's a flag down right around where the tackle was made. As Sarah mentioned, this officiating crew for all 8 games of the International Bowl getting mentoring and training also. Most of the officials we'll see here are from the U.S. and in that most from here in Texas, but we will have a few from outside the United States. This penalty's on Ontario. So already 14-0, 5:23 to go first quarter. And the U.S. will have the ball from inside the Ontario 30. Justin Lamson is the quarterback from El Dorado Hills, California. Handoff. Getting to the edge. Turning the corner, Kevin McKenna.
Nice hard run there by McKenna. I like the fact that he was able to take it inside, but bounce it outside there to the right side. As we can see here in this replay, watch Kenna inside, outside. Good job there by the young man to be able to use the speed to get away from the defenders and that stiff arm to pick up 1 more yard.
McKenna again. I like his shiftiness.
Yeah.
And then dragging the pile 7 yards.
Yeah. McKenna, man, he's a very hard runner there. At 5'11", 190, he's not afraid to mix it up.
There's Lamson, good size, 6'3", 190. 3rd quarterback we've seen already for this under-17 select group. McKenna. Thrown back this time. They'll be 3rd down.
Nice stop there for the defensive front for Team Canada to be able to just play the gap assignment and just stop the running game.
So 3rd down and 3. If you're just joining us, short fields for the United States. In fact, they have not run a play yet from their own end of the field, and yet looking to go up 21-0. Lamson to the end zone, wide open, touchdown. Tyler Settle from Gainesville, Virginia.
Good job there by Seller. Be able to find a way to get wide open. And I didn't even know who he was throwing to that until I saw the wide open receiver in the back of the end zone. Lamson was able to extend the play at 6'3" with his legs and find a wide open receiver for the touchdown. As you can see here, watch Lamson just continue to roll left. As he surveys back in the back of the end zone, he finds his wide open wide receiver for a touchdown.
Yeah, 2 guys back there. Cameron Heald as well. But it's Settle. Goes to Patriot High School in the Gainesville, Virginia area. That kick might have been tipped and still gets through just over the crossbar. Everything going right for the United States. Already 21-0 here at the International Bowl. So there is a son of one of the most famous football players ever who is on the sideline of the under-17 select team. Their receivers coach is Fred Biletnikoff Jr. So you know Fred Biletnikoff Sr. is, of course, one of the best receivers to ever play in the NFL, a Hall of Famer, and his son, Fred Biletnikoff Jr., is again the wide receivers coach here. He's coaching his 6th U.S. national team. His early childhood memories include being around his father's Oakland Raiders teams back in the day. Biletnikoff Jr. was part of the silver medal winning U.S. under-19 national team at the 2016 International Federation of American Football under-19 World Championships, which took place in China. Boy, having Fred Biletnikoff as a father, that's quite an upbringing.
Yeah, a lot of football there, a lot of football knowledge, and being able to pass down to your son and have an opportunity just to learn from a Hall of Famer.
Playing for the Raiders, whose home games next year are to be determined, right? It doesn't look like they'll be in Oakland. They still have another year until they move to Vegas. It's a rumor they play in London even. That's a nice pass, and was the catch made, Basso? No, it's going to be ruled incomplete, but that's the arm of Carter Stevens, which looked impressive on his first good throw.
Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked to see that they're not going down the field quite often. You know, Stevens seems like he has a strong enough arm to be able to connect with his receivers. Now, his receivers need to catch the football, but it just seems like Stevens has a strong enough arm to be able to throw down the field.
Receiver jumped. And that was Basso. 2nd and 15 coming.
It just feels like Team Canada really can't really get started offensively here. In this first quarter, it just seems like, to me, they're stalling out far as from penalties as well as just missed opportunities.
The 3 touchdown drives for the United States have totaled 78 yards. That's it. That's all they've needed. Short fields. Big turnover leading to their 2nd touchdown, which just went 4 yards.
And
That's intercepted. What a hit. And then the ball tipped into the hands of Che Lavender from nearby North Richland Hills, Texas.
And Lavender was at the right place at the right time. As you can see here in the replay, Stevens throws across the middle. Ball hits the receiver's hands, but watch Lavender right there, comes in, snatches up the football for the interception.
Julian Young provided the hit. Young man from New Jersey. Jonathan Aude from Ottawa, unable to handle that throw. And so for the 4th straight time to begin the game, the U.S. begins a drive in Ontario territory. They swing it out to McKenna.
I tell you one thing, David, McKenna is a very hard runner, man. If you're Team Canada defensively, you got to bring your hard hat because he's going to bring it to you each and every play. It seems like he has an internal motor that constantly runs once he gets the football in his hands, and he doesn't like to be brought down to the ground.
Another first down from the 24. Camus is the quarterback. Looking upfield to the end zone, just through the hands, incomplete. Devin Smith Jr.
Camus going down the field to his receiver. Receiver actually had an opportunity and a chance to put his hands on the football. Just missed chance and missed opportunity there, dropping the football there in the back of the end zone.
I like Camus looking downfield the whole time he rolled out, and it was an awfully good throw. Just through the hands of his intended target. We're 9 minutes in, 2nd and 10. McKenna leads the way for Camus, who has the U.S.'s first touchdown.
A design quarterback keeper there for Camus as he runs through the middle right behind his running back, getting about 4 or 5 positive yards.
U.S. needs to get just past the 15. Is that ruled a fumble? No, incomplete. For a 2nd time, Smith has had trouble hauling in the football.
Good closing speed by the defensive back here. See Camus goes to his receiver. Nice job to knock the ball out of the receiver hand with the back arm there for an incompletion.
Offense stays on the field, 4th down and 5. Caden Birch from Napa, Idaho, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Reggie Bush from nearby Frisco, Texas, in the slot to the left of Camus. Play clock running down. And the U.S. calls timeout to prevent the delay of game. First timeout used by the United States. Well, over the years, some of the best players now in the NFL have played for USA Football and have played at the International Bowl. Ontario almost called for the offsides before the timeout was called. Justin Jackson played his college ball at Northwestern, now with the Los Angeles Chargers, a part of USA Football. Jordan Lewis, Dallas Cowboy, former Michigan Wolverine. Ty Montgomery played his football at Stanford. He started his football season at Green Bay and ended it with the Ravens. And the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Yep, he was a starting quarterback on the U.S. Under-19 national team in the first International Bowl in 2010. There's a blog on usafootball.com where Mathieu spoke. He said, hey, I was excited to represent my country. went up there, still have friends today from my experience. Matthew is played for the Houston Texans this past season, and of course Houston's season ending just under a week ago. So great opportunities for young men who become professional stars. On 4th and 5, they convert.
Good job there.
That's Birch. 27-0.
Camus finds Birch on the left-hand side for the touchdown with that reception. And it felt like the play, Camus wasn't really ready for the snap. As you can see here in the replay, he was looking to the sideline. But I can tell you that the Canada defense was not prepared for Birch to get behind the cornerback like that for the touchdown.
Bad snap. It's the first wrong thing the U.S. has done all game so far. 27-0 is the score. Ryan Camus, a 1-yard touchdown plunge to begin the scoring. That touchdown pass again to Birch to make it 27-0. All the players, see what Birch is doing? They're looking up. They're like, I want to see me again on this huge video board in the middle of AT&T Stadium. The 4 touchdown drives, Lemont, have totaled 112 yards. That's an average of 28 yards per drive, and still the U.S. has not run a play in its own territory.
Wow, that's unbelievable. And I don't even think Team Canada has crossed the 50-yard line thus far.
They have not. Just domination so far. Now the Canadian national team will take part in this International Bowl next week, next Friday, as they will take on the under-18 national team. It's one of the more anticipated games coming up next week. Let's go down to Sarah on the field.
I'm here with Ryan Camus, who just threw that beautiful touchdown pass. What did you see on that play just now?
Thank you. It was supposed to be a different play, but we improvised, so it worked out.
And what's this experience been like for you? You're in the U17 age group right now. You spent a couple days with these guys. What's this experience been like?
I mean, it's been good. It's been good to spend time with these guys, just meeting them from all different places. I mean, we're having fun during practice, and we're showing in the game right now.
And you guys haven't spent too much time together, and as a quarterback, how important is it to build that chemistry and bond pretty quickly?
It's actually crazy. I know most of these guys. I play with them. I know them off of social media and all that stuff, so we kind of know each other already when we came in. That's why it looks like we have a good bond out there. So yeah, I mean we're having fun right now.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and good luck the rest of the game.
All right, thank you.
Guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, great job, Sarah. That's a confident young man. He showed it on that play. He said it was supposed to be something else, but he just ran it like street football, and it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, when you're rolling, you're rolling. And it seems like offensively, Team USA is doing a really good job in the red zone. And on that 4th down and 5 play, they just went deep and found Birch on the left-hand side for the touchdown.
That's thinking fast if you're Ryan Camus. And you had mentioned, as we saw the replay, that he wasn't expecting the snap. Well, it's obvious now. Yeah. He didn't know what the play was.
He's actually looking towards the sideline, and the ball snapped, and he said, oh, okay, let me find my receiver.
Jacob Grimes, the intended receiver from Pickering, Ontario. 2nd and 10 now. Minus 1 yard of offense for Team Ontario. This is unexpected how dominant the U.S. has been so far. Stevens with running room, and this will be the first down for Ontario. Did they need that?
Yeah, Stevens is the only bright spot right now for the offense for Team Canada at 5'11", 190, being able to use his legs to be able to buy some time and pick up the first down.
Under-18 select team to take on Team Panama, approximately 4:30 Central. And then our nightcap tonight, under-19 select against Nuevo Leon from Mexico. Oh, what a nice grab. And staying in bounds, Basso. Ontario with something going here.
Yeah, Basso and Ontario. I mean, Basso from Stevens is the combination right now. That was a really good play there by Basso to be able to get the reception. And like you said, David, stay in bounds and be athletic.
First time a play's been on this end of the field from the US 45. Obviously plenty of time left, but Ontario needs to get something going here. Again to throw. Just too high, incomplete. Canadian teams have won the International Federation of American Football World Championships multiple times. That's why I'll repeat. It's the third of 4 games next Friday. You'll want to see it. Team Canada against the under-18 national team. The Canadian national teams have had loads of success here. Receiver slipped. That was Basso.
Yeah. Stevens trying to find a way to hit the seams there for his receivers, but Basso slipped there in front of the safety. Another missed opportunity. It just seems like once they get that momentum going, then they're starting to stall out across the 50-yard line.
Ontario needs the 35. Incomplete. Grimes, the intended receiver, and hit his back hard on this AT&T Stadium turf. Says he's okay, but it's 4th and 10 now. So back-to-back first downs, but no points as Basso will now punt.
Yeah, give credit to the United States defense, bending but not breaking against Team Canada's offense in that push with the consecutive first downs. Here now giving the ball back to their offense.
What a punt, and it stops perfectly for Canada.
What a bounce.
Butler downs it at the 3. 41 seconds left here in quarter number 1. 27-0 is the lead for the United States. So again, we'll remind you that to become a part of this International Bowl, it's a long process. You first have to go to a regional development camp, and there will be 18 regional development camps put on by USA Football this spring and summer. You can go to usafootball.com for more information on where the regional development camps are. From there, USA Football picks players for their national development camps, and from the national camp, that's where the players are selected to play here at the International Bowl on the national or select teams.
Which is good. I mean, they're going through a process. It's not like they just throwing guys actually on the field and playing and representing the United States or Team Canada. They actually have to go through a process in order for them to get to this field, which is the good thing because they're stepping stones that kids need to go through to be able to kind of celebrate. I guess this is kind of like the celebration playing in a game like this.
Priami is the quarterback, and a good job just to prevent the safety, Tyson Vita from Concord, California. But you're right. I mean, it's not just, well, this is obviously an exhibition of sorts, but this is kind of the culmination of these players evolving through the USA Football system. They don't have to run another play, and looks like we'll end the first quarter here. Well, it started fast. A 1-yard touchdown run by Ryan Camus 4 minutes in. The U.S. would score 57 seconds later, and they would keep that foot on the accelerator. 27-0 through 1. Well, we're happy you're with us on this Friday afternoon for this wonderful event, International Bowl 10, presented by USA Football. David Salzman alongside former professional linebacker Lemont Williams. Second down and throwing from the end zone. That pass tipped, intended for Vita. Now a chance for Ontario, obviously struggling so far, down 27-0 to force a USA punt from its own end zone. 3rd and 12 coming up.
Yeah, it's been all Team USA throughout this first quarter and enter into the second quarter. There offensively, they've been doing a really good job for us with a mixture of running the football and passing the football as well, and taking advantage of a few turnovers as well, which led to some touchdowns.
First quarter yards, 112 to 25 in favor of the United States. Big hole up the middle. They'll convert. 3rd and 12. It is Vita.
Nice hard run there by Vita up the middle, as we can see here. Just a simple handoff up the middle, but watch the speed of Vita get low. Has a great chance to be able to pick up the first down and finish off that run with a nice hard hit.
Owen Lovegrove from Aurora, Ontario, the tackle. Not before a fresh set of downs here. Gain of 15. Boy, would Ontario like that one back. Priami. Got his intended target, Jake Grons, turned around. Grons from Tracy, California. USA Football does so much for these kids who are able to take part of the International Bowl, but also they do a whole lot in hopes of continuing to make football a safer game. It's much more than the rules you hear about not hitting quarterbacks, etc. Those get the most attention, but we're talking equipment. We're talking tackling techniques. USA Football is a big part of that. You can go to usafootball.com to learn more. Rodney Tulton II is the lead blocker for Priami, but Ontario is there. Josh Butler again wearing number 12.
Yeah, good group effort there by Team Canada to be able to fly around defensively, shutting down the running play. I like the effort, be able to pursue to the football and just shut down the run.
So another 3rd and 12 for Priami and this USA offense. Tulton, wearing number 4 just behind him. He's from nearby North Richland Hills, Texas. Goes to Boswell High School. They'll get the call. Wow, what a good job holding on to the shirt. I thought for a moment they'd convert 3rd and 12 again. Joseph Sardo wearing number 51. He made sure he did not let go.
Yeah, you can see the handoff here. Just watch the running back run up the middle. Just hold on tight. Didn't know if we was at the rodeo. It reminds me of that. What's the event at the rodeo that we have here? Where the kid is holding on to the.
Is that the bull where you're trying to tie the bull's legs up, or you throw the bull down?
I can't think of it right now. I was thinking about the event where the kids actually holds on to the baby. Is the baby lamb or sheep or something like that as they running down the field?
I was not a rodeo guy growing up. You're asking the wrong person. I would go to the rodeo here in Houston or for the concerts, or I apologize, south of here in Houston. Yeah. 21st Century Football is here and built by USA Football. The football development model is a framework for fun and fitness through America's favorite sport. Open to every youth and scholastic program. Sign up to discover football's future at usafootball.com/FDM. That again is usafootball.com/FDM. Ontario setting up shop now in USA territory, just shy of their 45. New quarterback is Matt Lynn. And with pressure in his face, almost got that one intercepted. Alec Briank was the closest man there, young man from Crown Point, Indiana.
Yeah, Lynn with the bad decision, tried to throw it away and actually almost got it picked off there by Team USA. Lynn at 6'1", he's a bigger quarterback than Stevens. Let's see what he can do here during this series.
He's from Waterloo, Ontario. with time. Up the middle, catch made. Jonathan Aude brought down just shy of the 20.
Good job there for Lynn to find his receiver across the middle. Again, at 6'1", he's taller than Stevens. Can be able to survey and stand tall in the pocket, finds his receiver across the middle. Good route. Excellent job for Team Canada.
Nick Ramirez from nearby Plano, Texas made the tackle. Ontario in business. To the end zone, double coverage and incomplete. And a flag. Jacob Grimes was calling for one, and he gets it.
Yeah, late flag comes in there. Team Canada looks like out of the double coverage. So a little bit of pass interference. Some contact came in a little bit too early.
Let's take another look.
Didn't see it on that play there.
Yeah, they might have gotten Lavender, number 29, for the penalty. That was bang bang, first and goal.
Well, huge break for Team Canada. I mean, they needed an opportunity to get in the end zone and a big break. They got it right there on that last play.
Grimes in motion, handoff, big stop. Zachary Brooks from Davis, California. The carry to Cito Barrio from Ancaster, Ontario.
Man, the team speed, defensive speed for Team USA, they closed in on that running play like they just smell blood in the water. Good job there for the team defense.
Empty set for Lynn at quarterback. Pressure. That forces the early throw. Nathan Falcone from Palgrave, Ontario, the closest man to it. U.S. scoring on its first 4 drives. Ontario looking to answer for the first time. Incomplete. Flag down. Falcone, the intended receiver. Barank got his hand on the ball, but might have gotten a hand on the jersey too.
Yeah, I believe so, David. Barank looks like he came in a little bit too early on the backside, wrapping around the receiver, which drew the flag. You can see in this replay here, just a quick slant there from the receiver. Watch the hand on the backside as he cuffs the receiver. That will draw the flag every time.
Great camera work there, and you're right, Lehman. No doubt that flag is a good one. Keegan O'Neill limps off the field. Ontario having it now first and goal from the 2. Faking the handoff into the end zone. Not able to haul it in. Falcone wishes he had that one back.
Yeah, really good opportunity there for him to bring it in for a touchdown to help his team put some points on the board. He bobbled the football the first time. He had a chance to bring it in the second time, but dropped it. You see it right here in this replay here. The watch receiver throws it up there. He gets a chance to get his hands on it, looked the football in, but couldn't really grab the football completely.
Pressure here. 3rd and goal now. Barank, one of the men in blue, applying that pressure. Third and goal now from the 2. Grimes, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Lynn looks the other way, intercepted. Regis Shelby Woods from Crest Hill, Illinois, keeps Ontario off the board.
Yeah, Shelby Wood, the 5'7" cornerback, was able to get his first interception and bail out his defense in the red zone. Look at here, the quarterback throws it up. Watch Shelby Woods right there, picks off the football. Nice hard run by Shelby Woods to be able to help out, bail out his defense during that series.
Ontario has had chances the last 2 drives, coming up empty. That's a happy young man there.
Yeah.
There, and again, you always look up. You want to see yourself on this huge video board at AT&T Stadium. And imagine he was hoping to see a replay, too, of himself getting that interception in the end zone. Run after the catch. Birch, already a touchdown today, and this time gets into Ontario territory.
Nice move there by Birch at 5'11", 165. You can just see here, quick out route to Birch, and watch the speed of Birch separating himself from the linebackers and the defensive back. If it wasn't for the safety, he'd be walking into the end zone.
Caught the 4th down pass from Ryan Camus. Last time the U.S. scored, Lamson, who was a touchdown pass of his own, is at quarterback here. Setting up the screen, potentially nothing there. Lamson wants help, outruns the defensive line, keeps going down the sideline.
Huge run there by Lamson as the defense started to break down. You can see he just said, hey, I'm going to continue to run down the sideline, pick up some more yardage for this offense. Things are starting to work in the favor of Team USA right now, as Canada seems like they're a little tired and fatigued by their defense has been on the field majority of this first half.
For sure. Now from the 11. Gain of a couple for Vida. Second of 4 here today. Under 18 select team will take on Team Panama at approximately 4:30 Central. And our nightcap under 19 select against Nuevo Leon. The U.S. national team's all in action next Friday. All 4 of those games here on ESPN3. Lamson in trouble. 3rd and 8 coming up.
Your Team USA right now, you got to capitalize on these big plays you made to get down close to the end zone. You have to find a way to either spread it out and throw it to the outside to your receiver to be able to make a play against a cornerback, or just run the ball straight up the middle, and hopefully things will open up like it's been doing for them throughout this first half and pick up another touchdown.
Lamson plays his high school ball at Oak Ridge High School in El Dorado Hills, California. Looking to convert 3rd and 8. Whistles blow and a flag. False start on the U.S. These Ontario players, and you'll see this from the Canadian teams, they wear the helmets of either their school or club football teams.
Oh, okay.
They do not have a uniform helmet. That's why they're of so many different colors. Oh, another false start. Clock stops, 6:19 to go, first half. Well, interesting. The call, rather, is delay of game against Ontario. And so the ball moved forward 5 yards. Back to 3rd down and 8. Lamson in trouble. Lamson sacked. What an individual effort. Nehemiah Forday-Bowen from Toronto.
Excellent job there by the defensive lineman. He's celebrating as he brings down the quarterback with one hand. Good penetration there to be able to get past the offensive lineman and sack the quarterback. You can just see him right there with the white helmet This is actually the false start against the offensive lineman called against Team USA.
And after that, that young man with a tremendous solo sack. 4th down, 20, and yet Lamson and the offense on the field. Bradford comes in at tailback. Lamson scrambles. Catch made, but with a knee on the turf. It's going to be short. Birch with the reception, but Ontario is held.
Nice team defense there by Team Canada. As you can see there, quarterback rolls out. And Birch was right. As soon as he caught the ball, his knee was down. Turnover on downs.
So Ontario will have it, but from their own 4. They talk about it with both Lamson and Birch on the sideline. Ontario, all 3 timeouts left, 5:20 to go, second quarter. Lynn in at quarterback. Brett Timbeck from London, Ontario makes the first down grab.
Team Canada goes with a quick wide receiver screen to the short side of the field. Nice stop there by the defensive back. Good stick.
Slowly but surely throughout the years, we've seen more and more Canadian players not just play college football, but in the NFL. Just down the road in Houston, Christian Covington, one of them, played his college football at Rice and was a valuable member of the Houston Texans this past season. 3rd and 2 coming now for Ontario. Good cut up field, but I think Dylan Percy is going to be a yard short. Clock running, under 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
Huge 4th down right now for Team Canada. Are they going to punt the football? It looks like they're going to punt it because, you know, right now offensively they cannot sustain their drives and move the ball down the field. Punting is a little bit more safe for them. Hopefully their defense can stop them, like stop Team USA like they did on the last series.
So, Basso to punt again. McKenna back for the United States. Gets it away. Not sure if that touched McKenna. Oh, now it does, and he somehow hangs on, and down the sideline, he stayed in bounds. McKenna cuts inside. This is a touchdown.
McKenna decided at the last second to pick up the punt, and it paid off for him at the end with the touchdown. Watch McKenna here, picks it up at the 51-yard line and takes it down the sideline. Look, breaking tackles. Look at the speed, cuts back inside. McKenna. Touchdown, Team USA.
Not how you draw it up, but Kevin McKenna has a highlight that he can keep forever. 33-0 with 3:03 to go in the first half. That punt return, a microcosm of what this first half has been for the U17 Select group representing USA football. Well, I would have to imagine that is the family of Joe Angel Nunez from El Paso, Texas. Goes to Americas High School. There you go. You see yourself on this huge video board at AT&T Stadium. It's okay to wave at yourself. 34-0 is the lead. David Salzman, Lemont Williams, Sarah Merrifield with you. Domination from the outset here. And what a punt return by Kevin McKenna to give the U.S. that 34-0 lead before we went to break. Basso was wrestled down. Jillian Young from New Jersey on the tackle.
It's been all Team USA throughout this game, offensively, defensively, and their special team stepped up with that return for a touchdown. So in all three phases of this game, Team USA is playing phenomenal football in this first half.
Get yourself an extra Gatorade, young man. McKenna with that punt return. Total yards, 219 to 59 in favor of the United States. Ontario getting a couple of nice passes through the air their last two drives, just unable to finish them. Just 14 rushing yards for Ontario. Lynn up the middle, ran into the umpire, and Falcone, though, staying on his feet, a modest gain.
Just a tough run right here for the receiver. You can see him running to the officials right there. 1, 2, 3. He was hit 3 times before he hit the ground. Good job, good concentration to hold on to the football.
And Young made the tackle there. Gain of 9 as the clock now under 2:30. Fumble. Still Ontario ball. Lynn from Waterloo, Ontario, takes a snap. First down. Berrio gets past the 35.
Just a nice hard run there by Team Canada, trying to find something offensively, some kind of spark before halftime, so they can build off that and make some halftime adjustments. Hopefully can switch gears in the second half. But right now, it's just trying to find something that's going to work for them here to finish off this first half.
They let the clock continue to run despite having all 3 timeouts left as we approach 1:30 to go. They'll let that go. If it was 34-0, we would have seen a flag. It's going to turn into great yardage, a first down run for Lynn. It was kind of like the Camus touchdown pass where he admitted to Sarah, I didn't know what the play was, but we scored anyway.
Yeah, look at Lynn here at 6'1" and is able to make something out of nothing. Caught him off guard as well. He probably thought the flag was being thrown on the offense. False start, but he just took off and ran with it.
With an empty set, Lynn thrown down. Gage Sales, second time we've called that young man's name here this afternoon.
Yeah, Sales at 6'1", 260. Getting in the backfield, wreaking havoc, bringing down the player for the tackle.
And now the timeout will be called by Canada, as they will have 2 left. Clock stop with 55 seconds to go. So we talked about how USA Football does so many great things for young men, including those here at the International Bowl. USA Football also provides wonderful services for coaches, and much of that is done at the 2019 National Conference. Speakers for high school and youth football coaches will be involved. In fact, college and NFL coaches will be there, not just to talk about the X's and O's, but also athlete health. It's from February 22nd to the 24th in Orlando. And for more information, please go to usafootball.com. It's an organization that's only growing and doing more and more tremendous things for players and coaches alike to develop this great game here.
Yeah, I really like USA Football. I really believe that they do a really good job as far as with the fundamentals of the game. I really like how they just teach kids from the ground up how to tackle, you know, the proper way of tackling, because right now with so much protocol when it comes to concussion and things like that, you want to see it, you know, start at an early age and start at the ground level before they even make it to college or to the pro league.
Riley, the tackle of Tim Beck on that second down throw. You know, you see so much about shoulder tackling and how important that is. USA Football, so they will go around the country and have coaches be USA Football certified. And part of that is being able to understand and teach the proper techniques of tackling to young kids across the country. Len on the run. Down at the USA 40. Clock under 20 seconds now. And both teams are going to let this one go. Len wants to run another play. But this clock is going to expire. All USA from the start. Well, actually, hold that thought. Canada did call timeout just before the half ends. So one more play.
One more play? You think Len's going to throw it down the down the field for a Hail Mary? I doubt it. What you think, David?
Well, you got the ball at the 40. Either they have the Hail Mary or the hook and ladder. One of the two.
Okay. I go with the latter.
Well, USA at 219 yards of offense on 32 plays. A balanced attack, 103 on the ground, 116 through the air. They've been in the red zone 5 times. A dominating performance from this under-17 select group. We'll see what's in store from the under-18 and 19 teams, of course, later today. Matt Peterson will be here in my chair alongside Lemon Williams. It's been a fun start to International Bowl 10 presented by USA Football. Let's see what Ontario has in store. Lynn, the quarterback. Barrio is the tailback, and 4 wides. Up the middle, nice grab, but not near enough. Elconi. And now the first half ends here at AT&T Stadium. 34-0 the score, and just simply dominance by the USA in the first half, Lemon.
Yes, I believe so. I mean, just right now, you can see all Team USA is dominating all 3 phases, offensively, defensively, and special teams. You can see right here, Team Canada trying to go for a quick pass across the middle, but the defense of Team USA has stepped up here throughout the first half. I anticipate them to come out strong in the second half as well.
They hold Ontario to just over 100 yards of offense in the first half and dominate the first 24 minutes of play. 34-0 is the score. Let's go down to Sarah.
It all comes together for 48 minutes every Friday. It's the smell of fresh cut grass and popcorn. It's the rat-a-tat-tat of the drum line.
Coach, this is your second year as a head coach of this U17 USA football team. Having been here before, what do you value most about the opportunity that USA football affords to not only you, but the players too?
I think it's the camaraderie. I think it's something that with the whole program, you know, it's coaching with great people, meeting these great families, and that the fact they give us their kids for a week to prepare for this stage, it's phenomenal.
And is this what you expected in the first half against a team that you've never seen play before?
It was pleasantly surprising. The kids are playing great. They're being real coachable, and we're happy with their effort.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Guys, we'll send it up to you.
Thanks so much, Sarah. Thanks to PJ Gibbs, head coach of the U17 Select squad. And we're with them up in the booth. This is a solid Team Ontario team that the U17 Select squad is dominating. 34-0 at the break. And welcome back to palatial AT&T Stadium here in Arlington, Texas, deep in the heart of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. David Salzman, Lemon Williams with you. 34-0 the score. The U17 Select team leads Team Ontario. Total yards, Lemon, 219 to 113, but it's 34-0 because on the US's first 4 drives that all ended in scores, they started each drive in Ontario territory.
Yeah, they had some excellent field position in the first half, especially in the first quarter, taking advantage of the opportunities presented to them by Team Canada with that turnover right there with that fumble led to their second touchdown in the first quarter.
And this is Michael Priami, officially a 4-yard touchdown run, making it 14-0. And then after forcing a punt, Justin Lamson, the good scramble, and wide open. This is on 4th down, finding Tyler Settle to make it 21-zip.
And Team Canada tried to find some kind of chemistry going offensively in the first half. Struggled a little bit, but got going late in the first half. But it was all Team USA. As you can see, Birch right there for the touchdown.
Yeah, Ryan Camus admits didn't really know the play, but he found Caden Birch open, and that made it 27-0 after the PAT was no good. And then Ontario's best chance to score there, but a heave into the end zone, intercepted by Regis Shelby Woods. Kevin McKenna, probably should have let this go, but he gave it a shot, and before you know it, he's in the end zone.
Yeah, McKenna's been athletic on this play right here, cutting back to the inside for the touchdown. You gotta like what the effort that you saw out of the young man McKenna, being able to take the punt late, but also execute and get down the field for the touchdown.
That's the only score for the U.S. in the second quarter, but it's all U.S. under-17 select squad, 34-0. Again, 219 to 113, the total yards, but those short fields and the athleticism for the U.S., the big difference.
Yeah, it's a really big difference. I mean, having great field position, and they always talk about this game is a matter of inches, and having great field position for Team USA kind of get them started as far as with chemistry.
34-0 is the score. The United States leads Team Ontario. Second half to come from Jerry World after this. Scoring started early and often for the United States after a tight one in game one of our quadruple header, which saw the under-16 select team hauled off Mexico Norte 29-22. This is all U.S. 34-0 as we get set to begin half number two. David Salzman, Lemont Williams, and Sarah Merrifield with you. This is the second of four, the under-18 select team to take on Team Panama later today at approximately 4:30. Under-19 select against Nuevo Leon. Let's go down to Sarah. Having some trouble with Sarah's microphone. We will go back down to her in just a second. Hang tight there, Sarah. So again, 34-0 is the lead with the U.S. over Team Ontario. They got the scoring again started early and often, but it will be Ontario getting the ball first to begin the third quarter.
And if you're you know, Team Canada right now, you want to find some kind of offensive spark. They had some success throwing the football, in my opinion, late in the first half. Maybe they can build off that, David, here early in this third quarter, trying to find a way to give the ball to their receivers and just let them to make plays and just run around and see what can happen.
Well, the list of players who have played for USA football, who have gone on to not just college success but NFL success, is so impressive. Todd Gurley, now with the LA Rams, big game against Dallas coming up tomorrow night for him. He played at USA football. How about Jaquem Griffin and the amazing story of that young man? Made a name for himself at UCF, Central Florida, and now playing for the Seattle Seahawks. Kevin Hogan, former Stanford Cardinal, also played for the Denver Broncos. Three of many former USA football stars now playing in the NFL. Ethan Kulas on the return, and the second half is underway here from Arlington. Let's see who's in a quarterback. It'll be Carter Stevens. And the first half, 1 of 8 passing for 14 yards and an interception. Ontario arrived here on Saturday, a couple of days before the U.S. would arrive, and they've had a fun time here, ending with this game 6 days after their arrival. Stevens, the catch to Grimes. Jacob Grimes has been a Dallas Cowboys fan since the age of 8, and leading up to this game, he said it's probably going to be an electric feeling playing here at the home of his team that he loves the most.
Yeah, nice pitch and catch there from Stevens to Grimes. As Grimes cut across in the quick slant, he's playing in his favorite stadium for the Cowboys right now.
Stevens in trouble and goes down. Frederick Wolfgram from West Valley City, Utah.
Good penetration there by Wolfgram, getting to the background in the backfield for the sack.
Good size and speed on that young man. You see at 6'1", 220. Loss of 3, now second down. Stevens again pressured right away. In duress, throws incomplete for Basso.
And that's what we're seeing right now from Team USA is team speed up front from their D-line. Watch the pressure come from the top side of the field right there, forcing Stevens to throw the ball a little bit too fast on the run.
First down marker of the 49. It's 3rd and 13. Stevens steps up. Intercepted. Jordan Riley. Down past the Ontario 35.
Excellent job there by Riley to be able to be around the guys and pick off that interception. As you can see here in this replay, Stevens calling the play, drops back. As pressure comes on to Stevens, interception by Riley, breaking one tackle and picking up some more yards, another tackle before he's brought to the ground.
Third interception for this under 17 unit. The under 16 squad had 5 in our first game of the day. On the handoff, first down, some room for Devin Smith Jr., young man from Smyrna, Delaware. He's ready to go out there again, Riley. He wants a couple more, you can tell.
Yeah, he's explaining the way he was able to pick that interception off to his coaching staff.
Priyami at quarterback. Khalil Bradford wearing number 1. He got this blowout started with a big kick return to begin the game. Set the USA up in Ontario territory. Back-to-back touchdowns, 53 seconds apart, and with 7:08 to go in the first, it was already 14-0. The U.S. has not let up. Priyami swings it out to Bradford. The speed edge for this USA team has been palpable.
Yeah, I mean, just getting the ball to the outside on the outside edge and allowing the speedy players to be able to make plays. Bradford, as you see on that last play, at 5'10", 175, he has the speed to be able to bounce it to the outside, but also has the vertical speed to get up the field quickly.
Now 1st and goal. Tipped. May have been intended for big number 87, Sam Floysan, 6'4", 250 from Cottage Grove, Minnesota.
And that's some really good size there at 6'4", 250. You know he's going to get an opportunity to play at the next level with that size at the tight end position. Quarterback got to get the ball to that big man and throw it up high.
2nd and goal now for Priami. Makes us home in Bartlett, Illinois. Pressure. Zips to the end zone, incomplete. Isaac Dimmick, the intended receiver from Decatur, Georgia.
Yeah, Dimmick had his hands on the football there. As you can see, the quarterback throws to the slant route. Good coverage by Team Canada. Dimmick had his hands on the football there, David, but couldn't bring it in for the touchdown.
Mason Arruda wearing number 8. There he is on coverage from Burlington, Ontario. It's close to Hamilton. Isaac Sardo playing center field as well. Bradford. 4th and goal inside the 5. Offense stays on the field right now. PJ Gibbs, head coach for this USA team, 1-6. Scrambling all the way back in a sack. Losing about 20. Riley Sexton from Niagara Falls. That's not in the U.S. That's on the Canada side.
Yeah, Sexton comes in from the bottom side, watch the pressure, gets his hands on the quarterback, but did an excellent job by bringing him down to the ground for the sack.
No chance for Bradford to hold his block, and Ontario, with Sexton leading the way, comes up with a stop early in the 3rd quarter. Priami is banged up on the play, as there's a stoppage here at AT&T Stadium.
And when you needed a stop, there it is. Team Canada steps up defensively in the red zone, stopping Team USA turnover on downs.
As the only Canadian team that will play here today. You know, last year we had multiple provincial teams from Canada. This is the only one here at the International Bowl, as Priami has to be helped off the field after that sack. Team Canada, that's their national team, will take on the under-18 national squad next Friday. That's the 3rd of 4 at approximately 4:30. Under-19 national team. That's one you'll want to see, especially if you are into recruiting or at least wanted to see the future college football stars of tomorrow, because the under-19 national team, and this is next Friday, 2nd and final day of the International Bowl, just about every one of those players are on their way to playing football on Saturdays in a year. Stevens in the Ontario offense with it from the 24. Incomplete, intended for Falcone.
Stevens going to his favorite target throughout this game. Just seems like he was double coverage that time, crossing the field in the crossing route. Just let him out a little bit too far there on that last play, David.
Closest Ontario has come to scoring. He came in the 2nd quarter, but an interception in the end zone thwarted that drive. Just 2 yards a carry for Canada so far today. Stevens throws, and that was tough for Falcone. Came right at him. Reese McHugh on coverage from nearby Argyle, Texas. Canada 1 of 7 on third downs today. Stevens pressured right away. What a grab, coming back to make it. That was Grimes.
Nice move there by Grimes, showing some athleticism there. Stevens throws the ball up high. Look at Grimes there with the concentration and the feet, both feet in bounds for the reception.
That's 2 feet in. Monty Cooper would have had that completion if that was him here at AT&T Stadium. What a catch to continue the drive, and Grimes, another reception and another first down, brought down just shy of the 30.
Don't look now. It seems like Team Canada is building some confidence quietly here, passing the football. Stevens back to Grimes. Quick slant here. Quick release by Stevens. Look at Grimes make a move behind his blocking. Nice job there for Team Canada.
But Keegan O'Neill, big number 73, 6'3", 310, coming out to make that block. USA calls timeout. Ontario with their best drive of the day. David Salzman, Lemont Williams, Sarah Merrifield with you from Jerry World, AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Ontario began this drive with their own 24. Biggest drive yards-wise today. And flipping it back, Falcone will be brought down.
Bad play call there by the head coach for Team Canada. You've been having momentum, throwing the football quickly to Grimes. Why not go back to him? You go with a swing pass to your receiver behind the line of scrimmage. Look, by the time he gets the momentum, the defensive end as well as the linebackers close in on him for a big, huge loss there for Team Canada.
That was Wolfgram too, a loss of 9. Penalty called on Ontario on that 2nd and 19 play. And the ball back in Ontario territory. Third and 30. 2nd and 30 rather, after the penalty. Good effort, but I believe that's incomplete to Falcone. Julian Young on coverage. Now
Yep.
3rd and 30.
Now 3rd and 30. I was going to say the pass came up a little bit too short there by Stevens, trying to find his favorite target throughout this game here across the middle. It's just they got a lot of yards to pick up here for 30 yards for this style of offense. You know, if I'm the head coach for Team USA, I'm in my prevent defense.
2 deep safeties here.
Oh,
well, Wolfram smelled that, and it's going to be ruled incomplete. Not a live ball, but twice on this drive, number 47 has made key plays from East High School in West Valley City, Utah.
yeah, he's been definitely wreaking havoc in the backfield there, making plays as far as tackling the receiver in the backfield for 9-yard loss, as well as just playing the passing lane. I was really surprised they went with a swing pass on that play, knowing that they was going to have 4 down linemen coming at them from the outside, especially from the outside ends, was going to crash in on the quarterback.
Not a great punt. That Ontario drive thwarted with a sack and penalty. $34-0, 7:26 to go in the 3rd. USAFootball.com is your home to gain an edge on the field. Be a better coach, player, or football parent. Check it out at USAFootball.com. David Salzman, Lemont Williams, Sarah Merrifield with you. Ryan Camus at quarterback now on this drive for the United States. He finds Kevin McKenna, who had a thrilling punt return for a score in the 2nd quarter. Dragged down on that 1st down reception.
Yeah, McKenna was the go-to guy offensively in the 1st quarter and throughout the 1st half. His first touch here, touching the football in the 2nd half. Watch McKenna makes this move right here, get away from 2 defenders, cut across the field. Excellent job. He's using that stiff arm quite well as he try to fight again against the 3rd defender, get brought to the ground.
Gain of 8, and that time,
is it a live ball?
Don't think so. Camus Brett Favre'd it to McKenna, no chance.
Brett Favre'd it, huh?
That's called a little too much velocity in such a short space. 3rd and 2 now. It was 34-0 at the half, 27-0 after a quarter. The U.S. put their foot down on this one early. Good move to the outside and then back inside. That should be enough for the 1st down. This young man from Katona, New York has been impressive.
Yeah, no doubt. McKenna, he's a very hard runner. I like that little stiff leg he has, a little drop step to be able to separate himself from the defender. Got a couple more yards to pick up the 1st down.
Needed 2 and got just over 2. Coming up on the halfway point of the 3rd quarter. Again, McKenna slipping a tackle. Gain of 6.
And some things we don't see it quite often, but now we're starting to see it a lot from the running backs, especially on the high school and college and pro level, is the stiff arm, David. Seeing guys that be able to utilize that stiff arm to separate themselves from defenders is a really good weapon to use as far as out in open space to be able to get some more positive yards. McKenna loves to use that stiff arm. I like to see that from the young man.
Vita replacing McKenna, and this is the 1st down run into Ontario territory. Keyshawn Cuff, 235-pound linebacker from London, Ontario, makes the tackle. Under 18 select team against Team Panama up next. Under 19 select against Nuevo Leon, our nightcap. The U.S. national teams all on display next Friday, the 18th, and all here on ESPN3. That pass batted down. Max Barber from Hamilton.
Good job there by Max. You can see him put his hands up right there to knock the ball down. Good awareness from the D lineman.
Hamilton, home of the Hamilton Tiger Cats of the CFL.
Gotcha.
Coached by June Jones, who, of course, made his name here in the States.
Former SMU coach.
Yep, SMU, before that Hawaii. Vita. Maybe enough for the first. It will be. They'll give him 11. U.S. piling up the yards on the ground now. Their success in the first half mostly came through the air. Head as he throws, Camus too long for Caden Birch.
Yeah, Birch was actually out of bounds, so even if he would have caught it, it would have been an incomplete pass because he was clearly out of bounds on that last play.
Camus, a touchdown run and touchdown pass in the first quarter. Looks to throw. Able to slip one tackle, then Dimmick wrestled down by Riley Sexton.
What we're seeing from Team USA right now, just really good clock management. They're not really being, no sense of urgency offensively, but they want to control the clock and just take their time before they call the play.
Looking for space, now trying to cut it outside. Talton keeping the play alive. Oh, what an effort. He's still on his feet. We'll see where they mark him, but he made Ontario earn that tackle.
Yeah, Talton the second. Look at this run here. Watch the effort. Bounces to the outside, breaks one tackle there. Watch this here. Breaks another tackle. Another one. 2, 3, 4, 5 guys is really trying to bring him down. Good job there by the young man.
Number 92, Zachary Ayotte, finally brought Talton down. Just 5'8", 160 from nearby North Richland Hills, Texas. Clock approaching 3 minutes remaining, third quarter. Play clock was down to 2. U.S. calls timeout. Let's take the timeout with them. It's been all U.S. from the outset. Second down 16 from inside the Ontario 35. Camus will keep it himself. Well, holding that football out, but doing the job with his legs. And Camus will stroll into the end zone, 33 yards.
It didn't take long for Camus to get back into the game and insert himself into the end zone. Excellent job there by Camus, the 5'10", 185-pound quarterback, design keeper. He looked like he was going to throw it, but then he decides to run it as he cut across the field. Look at the opportunity for Camus to be able to get into the end zone. No one in sight. Great job there for Team USA.
First point of the half for Team USA, and Camus out to hold for Zach Adams. $41-0. Still 2:58 to go in the third quarter. Well, Ryan Camus has been impressive in this one here today. Again, a 33-yard touchdown run, capping an 11-play, 73-yard drive, took 4:28 off the clock. Camus is now USA's leading passer and runner. 6 of 11 passing, 68 yards and a touchdown, 4 carries, 41 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground.
Oh yeah, he's definitely the game's MVP as of right now, for Team USA, and you just can tell that they believe a lot in Camus because he's their go-to guy.
Let's go down to the field, and Sarah.
Number 16, Zach Adams.
Well, there's a guy over here on the USA sideline that would fit in pretty well here in Texas because of the area he grew up in. And he grew up in a small town in California, but it was on a 800-acre cattle ranch. His family lived there since the 1860s, and he equates dealing with his cattle to a lot of valuable life lessons he's learned growing up. And that, in turn, has helped him with some off-field success in his life on the ranch in terms of football. Guys?
Thank you. Sarah discussing Tyler Dean, big 235-pound offensive lineman from Placerville, California. Hard hit on the return. The U.S. is having fun now. Julian Young has been the one giving a lot of those hard hits here this afternoon.
Yeah, Julian Young, the linebacker at 6 feet, 190 from New Jersey, ran down there on special teams, making a big stop for Team USA.
Camus, USA offense, 302 yards. Canada, 163 yards of offense. Both quarterbacks have struggled. Stevens bobbling the ball, but making the catch. And this is going to be the longest run for Canada here today. They'll take it any way they can get it with this score.
Yeah, Stevens trying to find a way to get down the field. Just kept his eyes down the field. Even though he lost the ball at the last second, he decided to run and pick up the first down.
Canada's quarterbacks passing 9 of 27 for 141, 3 picks. Before that scramble by Stevens, again, just the 22 rushing yards. To the sideline, almost got his man, Gianni Green, just through the big man's hands.
Green at 6'1", 170, had a step on the defensive back there. Stevens went high. By the time the ball got to Green, the defensive back was back, recovered in front of him. The ball was still too high for him to make the reception anyway. Good job there by Team USA defense.
Safeties continue to play deep. And looking for the screen. Grimes had room, and a big man, Keegan O'Neal, in front of him, too.
There was an opportunity for Grimes to make a play there. He just dropped it, led a little bit too much from Stevens on that last play.
That's Tyler Dean. He lives on a cattle ranch of 800 acres. Family has lived on it since the 1860s.
Wow.
He says you have to understand what you're dealing with every single cow because each one of them is different.
Every cow has a personality.
Each one of them is unique on their own. Those are Tyler Dean's words. From an 800-acre cattle ranch to Jerry World. It's the journey for that young man, Tyler Dean. 4th and 10 now. And Basso at the punt. Knuckleball goes out of bounds. Mentioned the struggles Canada has had throwing the football. U.S. has been fair throwing the football. 11 of 21 combined for their 3 quarterbacks for 165 and 2 touchdowns. But running the football, 3 rushing touchdowns, 137 rushing yards. So just over 50% completion percentage for these U.S. quarterbacks, but they've had their share of big plays through the year here today. Here's Justin Lamson. Khalil Bradford. He's been electric when he's had the ball in his hands today.
Oh, he's very quick. Bradford, you know, once he gets within those running lanes, he can decide to go left or right or go north and south or really go north. And he has the speed and the ability to bust it wide open as far as from the running back standpoint. So I really like what I'm seeing from Bradford throughout this game.
Bradford with 4. 2nd down and 6. Lamson, a dart and a nice catch by Devin Smith Jr.
Smith Jr. at 5'5". You see him go low right here to get the reception. Good job there. Good concentration by Smith Jr. out of Delaware.
Justin Lamson, quarterback, and for the U.S. here. He's from El Dorado Hills, California, Oak Ridge High School. Says, I want to be a canine officer if football doesn't go my way. Says it's been a dream job of mine. Here's Lamson on the run.
First time I heard that one.
He says, I have family members that are police officers, and I love dogs, and I love canine officer dogs. So it makes sense. I just think it's a cool job, Lamson says, because you want to keep the community right. Do what you love. That's what I tell my kids.
Absolutely.
And that's what Justin Lamson wants to be. And it's fun being around the dogs all day. Bradford. Burst, breaking tackles. Highland Springs High School has to be so excited to have this young man as part of their team in Henrico, Virginia.
You can see the upside right now in Bradford. Each and every player, every time he touches the ball, it seems like he's going to bust it wide open or take it the distance for the touchdown. He has the ability to break tackles, but also has the speed to be able to separate himself from the defenders and pick up the first down.
Clock winding down here in quarter number 3. It was 27-0 in the first. Touchdowns in the 2nd and 3rd for the U.S. They have dominated since we got this one underway. 41-0 over Team Ontario here at the International Bowl. know, one reason to come to the International Bowl, not just to see some of the bright stars wearing the stars and stripes, and also from up in Ontario. You know, it costs a lot more to sit in those great seats if you're coming to a Cowboys game. Or the Big 12 title game.
Oh, yeah.
CFP semifinal. Sit in the front row when you're at AT&T Stadium.
There's no bad seat in the house with that Jumbotron.
No. I know fans who have come and seen a Cowboys game in the upper level or standing room only, and they will barely see what's on the field. They just watch it on the big video board. But just to be in the middle of that atmosphere, hearing 90,000 screaming fans at a Cowboys game, it's worth it. Fourth quarter underway. Lamson eluding pressure and throws to the end zone. Touchdown. What a job by Lamson to keep the play alive. He finds Devin Smith Jr.
Devin Smith Jr. gets his first touchdown. As he celebrates there, you can see Lamson getting away from the pressure, finding Smith Jr. right there for the touchdown.
Reminds Cowboy fans a little Tony Romo, even going back to Roger Staubach with that scrambling ability. Wow. Lamson's second touchdown pass. 47-0. United States. Here's Zach Adams for the PAT. Blocked. Ontario got there. Might have been number 8, Mason Arruda, with the block of that PAT. 43 seconds into the fourth. 47-0 is our score. 2 more International Bowl games today coming your way. Under 18 Select squad against Team Panama at approximately 4:30 Central, followed by the Under 19 Select team against Nuevo Leon from Mexico. Catch all those games here on ESPN3. You know, it hasn't been the day that those fans cheering on Team Ontario have wanted. However, Ontario, the players have been here since Saturday, getting to know each other, the camaraderie, shopping spree, enjoying the Dallas-Fort Worth area. What a week it's been for the young men coming down from Ontario.
A good opportunity to come to the state of Texas, be able to spread their wings and be able to learn a different culture and learn, see how football is played here in the state of Texas, and also get a chance to adapt. I mean, you get a chance to come to, you know, United States and hang out and for a week, and being able to be able to enjoy yourself with your family. That's like a vacation within itself.
Temperature in the Dallas-Fort Worth area right now is 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and Toronto,
let me guess,
19 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a reason to want to come down here too in mid-January. Hey, 19 degrees Fahrenheit's nothing. I got family in Winnipeg. I think it's below 0 there Fahrenheit. Ooh. Yeah. I'm glad I'm down here. Let's go down to the field and Sarah.
Return for Ontario.
Caden, you're not from Texas, you're from Idaho, and I've been told that you are a state champ in Idaho, undefeated state champ in Idaho. This experience here at AT&T Stadium, what does this mean to you?
This means a lot, you know, coming out here representing my country, my state, where I'm from, playing with a lot of dudes that I just met and, you know, have strengthened, you know, friendships with. It's super fun.
What has this week been like for you? It's been kind of a whirlwind, but, you know, you're just meeting these guys, forming a little bit of chemistry and bonding. What's this week been like?
It was tough, you know. It's 2 practices a day, and I mean, it's hard on your legs, but, you know, it's a lot of fun, and I wouldn't trade this week for anything. So,
is there anyone you'd like to thank for helping put you in this position to be able to perform on a stage like this?
Yeah, of course, Heavenly Father, man upstairs. You know, nothing's possible without him, and my parents. You know, they helped me out through everything. My coaches, my friends. It's been awesome. Great opportunity.
Well, you're playing phenomenally well, and good luck in the rest of the game.
All right, thank you.
Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Great job, Sarah. Thank you. Well, I guess Caden doesn't need to go on the field after that fumble recovery. Lucas Piper from Ankeny, Iowa. Small town outside Des Moines with that fumble recovery, and Caden's going to take a breather here. U.S. at the Ontario 29. Priyami at quarterback. And a loss on the handoff to McKenna.
And it's good to see Priyami back in the game. He left the game with a leg injury. It's good to see him back under the center, or in the shotgun position for Team USA.
There's a loss of 2 on the carry. U.S. offense continuing to keep it in gear. 357 yards of offense, 179 for Ontario. Catch made. Tough to bring that young man down. Isaac Dimmick, another catch.
Yeah, Dimmick has been so active for Team USA here in the second half. Good job there catching the reception, but also being strong enough to hold on to the ball as he's been brought, as he was going down to the ground.
6 feet 180, plays his football at Decatur High School in Decatur, Georgia. Under 16 select squad had to hold off Mexico Norte in our first game, 29-22. Under 17 select squad has been dominant from the start. That's a nice play. Nason Condello getting his hands on that football. He's from Stony Creek, Ontario. Sets up 4th and 2. Offense stays on the field for head coach P.J. Gibbs and the under 17 select squad. Time I call. USA Football, a wonderful job they do, not just for the young kids participating in the International Bowl, but for coaches as well. In fact, USA Football's 2019 National Conference will have speakers who coach college and NFL, also leaders in athlete health, other experts as well. It's in Orlando, February 22nd to the 24th, and early bird rates are available. Go to usafootball.com for more information about what's always a great event every year, the USA Football National Conference. It's something. You played professional football. You were a star in high school, college at Howard. It is amazing how much more developed sports science is when it comes to football to help make the game safer. That's one thing that they will discuss to the coaches who all participate in that national conference.
Yeah, and it seems like the game is changing every year from a technology standpoint as well. Lighter helmets, shoulder pads, as well as, just having the certain pads in your pants to protect your legs. It just seems like the game is constantly changing. I like the fact how U.S. football is constantly educating and informing these head coaches throughout the country.
Did you wear the old neck pad, when you played your football? I remember growing up in the 80s.
You talking about like the horse collar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
You didn't have one of those?
I didn't have one of those.
I grew
like
up.
The running backs had those, like the Eric Dickersons and the...
Right.
Yeah.
I grew up going to the end zone looking for the big fella, and incomplete for Sam Floysand. Grew up in Houston, but I was a Cowboys fan first because the Oilers at that time were terrible. And I think every defensive player had the big neck pad.
Yeah.
Those Tom Landry teams were awfully good. Then the Oilers got good and I shifted over. So on 4th down, that pass incomplete for Floysand, and Ontario takes over. 9:23 to go in the 4th quarter. Look out, pressure. Matt Lynn escapes. Boy, a good job to get positive yardage with Jeremiah Foster chasing him the whole way.
Good opportunity there for Team Canada to be able to make something out of nothing. You just see the pressure coming on the quarterback. He decided at the last second to be able to take it and run with it. Lynn has been, he's done, for what is given to him, he's done the most out of it. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, we want to look for, despite the score being what it is, I think Lynn has really done well when he's had the opportunity to run this offense.
65 passing yards for Lynn. Cito Berrio from Ancaster, Ontario. Might have gotten a yard. And there again is Foster. Plays at Blacksburg High School in Gaffney, South Carolina. Of course, college team in South Carolina that shocked most people, not by beating Alabama, but the way they did it. What an amazing performance by Clemson on Monday, routing the Crimson Tide, taking home CFP National Championship.
Just feel like Clemson just came in with a different mindset against Alabama. They just dominated from the beginning to the end.
They were good.
Their defense set the tone.
People forget how they blew out everybody going into that national title game. I mean, Alabama had their own share of dominance, but so much more attention on the Crimson Tide while doing it. Clemson, they were 14-0, and they just were, as far as the national profile, on the side. Well, people paid attention to Alabama. Well, attention was on Clemson's side on Monday, that's for sure. 4th and 4, Ontario to punt it. Sending Devin Smith Jr. deep back. Reverses field. Can't do it twice.
He can't do it twice. Running out of real estate there for Smith Jr.
8:11 to go, 4th quarter, 47-0 is the USA lead. Matt, get ready for some blowouts, man. Most of them are going to be that way. I feel fortunate that the first one was close. It wound up being good. I was telling Lemont, I'm like, enjoy this, because most of them are like this. So the fridge behind you, Matt, has water and drinks. He could even make coffee for you. $47-0, the lead for the USA Under-17 Select squad over Team Ontario. Did you know USA Football is a member of the U.S. Olympic Committee, and it offers athletes premier skill building and competitive platforms to represent the U.S. in our favorite sport. Athletes in grades 6 to 11 can get started at one of 18 U.S. national team regionals held nationwide this spring and summer, and the top performers earn U.S. national team roster invitations to face the world's best. Visit usafootball.com for more information, including where all these regional camps are being held. David Salzman, Lemont Williams, Sarah Merrifield, a game dominated by the USA from the start. There's been no doubt, and Justin Camus is a huge reason for it. He finds Jake Grantz, a foot race to the end zone. Grantz is going to win it.
Didn't see that one coming, but unfortunately, Team Canada didn't see it either, because Team USA found the wide open receiver there down the field for the touchdown. Good pass there from the quarterback to the receiver. As you see there, no one in sight until the safety comes there, but it's too late. Running down the sideline for the touchdown.
Ryan Camus, 2 touchdown runs and now 2 touchdown passes in this game. 53-0 is the score. How about it for Jake Grantz, 5'9", young man from Tracy, California.
And you see Grunts right there celebrating on the camera. Couldn't believe he was that open.
Imagine they showed the replay too on this giant video board here at AT&T Stadium. He's looking up. He wants to take another look.
Here you see Cam is finding Grunts right there in the soft spot of the defense. Look at the speed of the young man at 5'9". Excited to get into the end zone and celebrate.
73 yards. USA is now up to 438 yards of offense, 275 through the air. Ryan Camus, 7 of 12 passing for 141 and 2 touchdowns, 41 yards on the ground, and again 2 scores on the ground as well. 4 different wideouts have scored for the U.S. Caden Birch, Devin Smith Jr., Tyler Settle, and of course, there Jake Grantz. Still 7:58 to go. Under 18 select team against Team Panama. That's approximately at 4:30 Central Time here in the DFW Metroplex. Under 19 select team against Nueva Leon at approximately 8 o'clock. And then we'll do it all over again next Friday, beginning at 9:30 in the morning. The U.S. national teams, 16, 17, 18, and under 19 will all be on display here in this beautiful place at AT&T Stadium. Hard hits continue. Jordan Riley with a special team stop.
You can see players picking each other up, celebrating here in the fourth quarter.
That's Devin Smith Jr. They're reenacting something. Maybe a choke slam. I forget the wrestler who did the choke. Was that Goldberg? I forget the wrestler who did the choke slam. In my day, it was Macho Man Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Showing my age here. WrestleMania was here at AT&T Stadium once. Dylan Percy, short gain on that first down run. Of course, everything's been here. Final Four, college football playoffs, every year, or almost every year. The Texas High School Football Championship games.
Super Bowl?
Are in this building. It's amazing. They get 50,000 for those. Of course, the Super Bowl's been here. Concerts. Did I mention Final Four? I think everything but baseball. They could probably try it too if they wanted to. Pressure. Nice job getting away is Lynn. Brought down by Alec Barank.
Good closing speed by Barank, bringing down Lynn there. Lynn thought he had an opportunity to bust it open to get to the sideline and maybe possibly get to the end zone. Watch the cornerback, number 28, comes downhill to close in on the quarterback and bring him down for the tackle.
Clock stops, 7:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. I know it's been a struggle for Team Ontario, but you'll be here next Friday, Lemont, to see the Canadian national team. It's our third of 4 next Fridays. They take on the under-18 national squad. Yeah, it's going to be a different look. I mean, I would be floored if it's anything close to 54-0. More and more players from Canada are not just playing college football, but in the NFL, and many of them take part in their national team. More Canadian stars will do that than stars in the U.S. And of course, there's more opportunities for stars who play on the gridiron in the U.S. to take part in events like these. But watch out for Team Canada next week.
Can't wait.
Tyrone Crawford playing for the Dallas Cowboys. He's from Canada. Luke Wilson, who played his college football at Rice. Started his NFL career in Seattle and is now in Baltimore. Thus to the young man who has to be taken off the field for Team Ontario. First and 10. Ontario from their own 36. 27-0 United States through a quarter, 34-0 at the half, 41-0 after 3. Over the 2 weeks, according to the Arlington Convention and Visitors Bureau, those involved with international football, they'll take over 7,000 hotel room nights for the event's athletes, coaches, and administrators. It's huge economic impact for this community, and being here at AT&T Stadium, something tells me this event's going to be here for many years to come.
Looks like it was an offside play there. Defense came across the line of scrimmage.
Crew talking about it because the right tackle Travis Ovens moved as well, and they're going to call this, I believe, on Ontario.
Yeah. Looks like I thought the defense was offsides, but they actually called it on Team Canada.
See, they're not watching. They're not watching the game now. It's 54-0. They're looking for themselves on the big board. You know what? If I was 16 years of age, I'd do the same thing. Nice job breaking through after making the grab was Grimes. Grimes quietly is one of the best performances by an Ontario player here today. His 4th catch to lead the team.
Yeah, I was impressed with what I seen out of Grimes when he was able to make plays and catch the football. You know, from a screen standpoint as well as down the field, he just didn't have a lot of plays thrown at him. But when he did get the opportunity, he stepped up for Team Canada.
Barrio, another tackle by Wolfgram. Halfway through the 4th, 54-0 is the score. You know, recruiting has had to go international. We've mentioned the Canadian players that are playing big-time college football. Imagine a lot different from the times you played your college ball at Howard back in the day, Lemont.
Yes, sir. It was just, I mean, back then it was a little different. It just was more word of mouth, or a lot of recruiting came from the relationships and the connections that your head coach had with previous universities. I mean, it was not a lot of international games like this, as well as the media, I mean, social media or the internet at that time. So a lot of players really had to go out there and prove themselves on the football field and kind of just ship your game film out to different universities. Nowadays, with Twitter and social media, a lot of the recruiting is so easy. Guys, I mean, from a coaching standpoint, they don't have to go across country to find some good talent.
Right, it's so easy now to see how these players can perform, not just here in the States, anywhere, including in Canada. Did you have to work at getting your tape out so coaches could see it in the day? So you had to do a lot of the work yourself.
Oh, yeah. You can't really put your – I was told and I was taught that you can't put your future in someone else's hand if you really want to be able to go to the next level. Despite what they're telling you, if they're saying that they're helping you, you still got to do your own groundwork and send out and mail out your own tapes to different universities. I mean, you go to the football camps in the summertime and you make relationships with the college coaches. And sometimes a lot of the big schools have smaller coaches at those schools assisting them in those football camps. So you get a chance to network with different universities or different coaches and just start mailing out your tape back then.
So by tape, you mean
like VCR.
A VHS tape you would make and send out. How many camps did you go to?
I actually went to 3. I went to University of Virginia Tech, Frank Deemer. I went to University of North Carolina when Mac Brown was there before he went to Texas.
Wow.
Then I went to a small camp. It was kind of like a small D2 school on the East Coast. So, but yeah, I went to a lot of different camps just to get a feel for different coaching staff.
And of course, you had a brief NFL career, also played arena football. What did Mac Brown tell you when you were at his camp?
Well, you know, Coach Brown at that time, he had turned around the North Carolina program because North Carolina for so long has been known for basketball, you know, and having an opportunity. He had Dre Bly at the time. He had some other guys that ended up playing in the NFL. And then he left and went to Texas. So it really wasn't like, you know, he was there for too long. But he was there long enough to turn the program around, get some good recruits. But he was just, you know, if you ever met Mac, he's one of those guys he's just down to earth. He comes off as if he doesn't seem like a coach, but he comes off more of a relatable guy to the point where he understands your background and understands you as a person And you know, that's how he's able to get a lot of good recruits.
I'm happy for him getting the job again in North Carolina, because even winning a national championship in Texas, I don't think the legacy was what he wanted it to be when it was all said and done. So he gets the chance now to end his head coaching career on his terms.
Yes.
Going back to Chapel Hill. Already has improved the recruiting in the short time he had before the December signing day.
Well, he's an excellent recruiter, no doubt about that. We saw that when he was in Austin for Texas.
Rodney Talton II. 6 more, 60-0 USA with 3:22 to go.
It's a nice handoff here. You can see the young man getting away from defenders. To watch the speed as he leaps into the end zone for his second touchdown.
This has been a surprise. I think Team Ontario was so taken aback by how this game started. 4 drives, the first 4 for the U.S., all started in Ontario territory. They scored on them all. And hard to keep that belief when you're down 27-0 through a quarter. USA about to go 2-0 at the International Bowl. Under 16 select team had to hold off Mexico Norte by 7. No such drama here in game number 2. Well, you know what? This is a great experience for every player here at the International Bowl. And when you're so dominant like this, you spread the wealth. And Rodney Talton II, who had a nice game before his touchdown carry, that carry he will remember for the rest of his life, scoring at AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. 204 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns for the U.S., 275 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns for the United States as well. Wow.
A lot of stats there for Team USA.
479 to 207, the edge in yards. And Justin Lamson, future professional football player or canine officer, has had himself a great game as well. 5 of 6 passing, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 43 yards on the ground. Lynn, catch made, and with the flag down, I believe a face mask is coming. Basso with the big grab on first down.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be a face mask against Rowley, number 20, as he grabbed the face mask of the receiver before he went down.
Game out of reach, obviously. This Team Ontario team doesn't want to be shut out. They'll keep it going for the final 2:57.
See here, the quarterback rolls out to the right. And you can see Riley right there grabs the face mask. Get caught every time once you grab that face mask.
From the United States 33-yard line. Lynn. And that floats incomplete for Timbeck. Make sure to go to usafootball.com, not just information on the regional development camps for your young child wanting to get involved, but also learn more about how USA Football is helping promote making this game safer, and information on the Football National Conference in Orlando in late February for coaches all across the country. Lynn, gonna heave that out of bounds. Third and 10 now. These young men will fly back to Toronto tomorrow and then back to their respective homes all across the province of Ontario. Going deep and some jostling, incomplete. Grimes, the intended receiver, and Jordan Riley, young man from Clinton, Maryland, was with him step for step.
Yeah, good job there by Riley, be able to blanket the receiver. Good coverage for Team USA.
So one last chance here, fourth down. Lynn scrambles. He needs to get to the 23, and he's close. I think he got it, but it depends on the mark.
Good job there by Lynn. Watch this here. Lynn decides to continue to look down the field as the pressure comes from the backside. Might have an opportunity to sneak in there to pick up the first down.
Saw at the end of the play, the two players for the United States collided while chasing Lynn. They do give Lynn the 10 yards, and number 10 continues the drive after that fourth down scramble.
And the clock continued to run down here. Less than 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Canada does have their timeouts left. Catch made, touchdown! Falcone!
Finally, the fans get to cheer for Team Canada. The touchdown score late here in the fourth quarter.
What a tough grab in traffic, having to extend those arms, the good hands by the man from Palgrave, Ontario.
See here, quarterback just goes, nice pass. Was able to, the accuracy of that pass there to give it to the receiver between two coverage, or safety closing in on the receiver. Concentration there, good concentration by the receiver to be able to bring it in for the touchdown.
Some DeAndre Hopkins hands there from down I-45 from here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And nice to see. You make this trip, I know it's about the experience. You don't want to get shut out. That kick just gets through. 61-7, 90 seconds left. Let's take another look at that nice grab.
See here, Sims just goes deep to his receiver. Watch the concentration. Good grab, like you said, kind of DeAndre Hopkins style catch for the receiver.
Look up on the board, kid. He got shy. He got shy once he saw his face. Yeah, that's something to take home with the memory. Nathan Falcone. Looking at 61-7. Don't forget, we're just halfway through when this one is done. Number 18 Select team taking on Team Panama, and then the number 19 Select squad against Nuevo Leon. Full day of action. First of 2 days here at International Bowl 10, brought to you by USA Football. Hey, great coaches are always learning, and USA Football makes it easy to lift your knowledge and your team. Click Development and Training at usafootball.com and see what coaches are talking about. That's again, Development and Training at usafootball.com. If they had an event like this when you were playing football growing up, I imagine you'd have an interest of wanting to play in something like this.
No doubt. I mean, just think about it. It's an opportunity to play football in the month of January. A lot of these kids, just think about all the other high school players right now that's not even playing football, not even in football shape right now. Their season probably ended back in early November, mid-November. We're in January. You're talking about, International Bowl. It's a good opportunity for these young men to continue to play football.
That's an interesting point I didn't think about, how it's the experience, but also helping these young men develop because of the extra time they get playing the game. Devin Smith Jr. will just take it out of bounds. USA can run out the clock here. They're going to let the clock run a few more seconds down to 1 minute left. Third game may start a tad late due to the length of this one, but ESPN 3, we will have it for you right when we get underway. Matt Peterson joined Lemont Williams for the final 2 games today. PJ Gibbs, he told Sarah at halftime he was surprised how well this was going for his team. He felt his team would play well, but the margin of victory he did not expect. What a job by him and his group. They've just been here, the U.S. team, since Saturday. 3 days of practice, and yet they looked great from the start. Michael Priami and company roll into a victory here.
Yeah, I just thought that Team USA did an excellent job from the beginning. It had some great field position and took advantage of some turnovers that came their way. And from there, they just set the tone early and just continued to roll offensively. Defensively, they stepped up big, shutting down Team Canada. Now, Canada found a way to score late in this fourth quarter, but it was just all Team USA throughout this game.
U.S. won't have to run another play. It was 27-0 in the first. And the under-17 Select team rolls the squad's biggest win ever at the International Bowl. 61-7 over Team Ontario, and the U.S. now 2-0 so far in International Bowl 10. Don't forget, under-18 Select team coming up next against Team Panama. We'll take our final break and wrap things up from Jerry World when we return.